So welcome to everybody. And now it's time for Ashraf Noor to spin the wheel to share what he has in store for us. So I'm going to spotlight him. And Ashraf, I'm sure everybody wants to know what's going on, what happened last week, if you can, and what's going to happen in the future, but what's also happening in the trading markets today. So all over to you. Thank you, Ashraf.
All right, thank you, Shazia. It's a wonderful beginning, this energetic beginning, and welcome, guys, all of you, and coming back to this, webinar. I'll try my level best to give you as much as useful information, plus the help you to educate you to find a better opportunity in the market. Last week was a very amazing and very hectic week. We had a amazing. We had a corporate team was here, and they've done quite good job here. We are basically enhancing our trading platforms, bringing MT6 QMT6 platform. We worked a lot of into that integration plus MT5 that sort of integration. So we worked quite a lot. We plan things, and now we are streamlining all those things, and soon you will see the good news about the integrating MyQFX platform directly to the QMT6, which is a pretty straightforward, and Web Pro, which is we already integrated. We are testing it right now, and hopefully within a week, I'm expecting, then I will give you the live demonstration how you can trade instantly through MyQFX to QBN Pro global web portal plus my QMT6. So my team are working day and night, and hopefully we'll give you the good news within a couple of days. I hope things gonna go better. In regards to the trading, and just to recap, just to give you the format of the webinar today. The format is basically we're going to analyze market in high time frame. Before we analyze the technical, we're going to go fundamental. We're going to look at what kind of high impact news is coming this week, and then we can plan trade accordingly. We will also discuss a little bit about what's happening in geographic situation, how as a trader, how we should be consider these kind of global events like a war between Iran and Israel. As a trader, how we should be, looking for the opportunity, how we minimize our risk, and look for the opportunity, right? So it's a crucial for us. We constantly, like we just had a one dip in gold, and we look at the news and what happened here. We look at the news that something happened, attack happened to the, missile has happened to the US base. So these kind of small events, being a trader, we keep an eye on these things and how the market is going to react. And that's why we basically, minimize our risk and maximize our opportunity, which we're going to discuss in a minute. All right, so just before that, we're just going to be going through the homework, and that is, let me share with my screen first here with you guys. Okay, so this live webinar training series is based on the MyQFX platform, is your gateway to practical forex training and real-time market analysis. MyQFX is a comprehensive forex trading and market analysis platform designed for both novice and experienced traders, whether you are just starting your trading journey or are seasonal professional. MyQFX offers the two and insight you need to succeed, which is I'm going to show you at the end of this webinar, or how this statement is qualified based on the MyQFX platform. Before that, just we're going to go through the disclaimer. I'm just going to read down the last paragraph. So that we are not affiliated with, nor we represent any security broker, dealer, or investment company. We are not licensed or qualified to provide investment advisory. Any trading decision we share are for information purpose only and should not be taken as a financial or investment advice. It is important to verify all this information independently, and any action you take based on the information are entirely your own responsibility. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be looking into it, let's look at the fundamental news, because this news is very, very important for us, for traders, because these news, when the data is released, it basically create some volatility in the market. So most of the data release in different time for the whole month. So we look at the weekly basis. And I'm not going to go in more detail of each news, but if you really want to know what exactly PMI, so you can click on this info and you can read all that information. What is important for us is when this data is going to release, this is basically, I have adjusted this time frame based on the UK. So you can adjust time according to your, area, location. So then you will see the timing when this news is about to release. So what is important for us? We look at what this is the previous data. This is the forecast data, that this is the prediction that when the data is going to release, and we are predicting this data is going to be figure is going to be this one. So being a professional trader, we look at when this data is released. As you can see here, the previous data was 49.8. The forecasted were 49.8, exactly the same, but the actual data came which is 47.8, which is the way negative, based on the forecast and also based on the previous one. Pay attention to detail. Whenever the data release, always compare with both here. Sometimes you can see the data is positive based on the forecast, but it's not positive based on the actual previous data. So it's very important. Then you need to look at the market, how the market is going to react according to this data is going to release that. So this morning, you can see the data was negative, this one. So based on that, we have seen bearish movement on Euro USD. Later on, we have another data release, which is the German manufacturer PMI. As you can see here, this is positive, and this is positive too. And if you look ahead, this is also positive based on the previous data, not based on the forecast. So later on at the New York session, we have seen, as you can see, this data is came out uh, for the US, which is exactly the same, no difference, was projected lower. We have this data came out, which is expected. This one, which is, if you look at based on this one, was lower. So at the New York session in the morning, we have seen bearishness on the euro against the dollar. Then later on, when this data release, so we have seen some bullishness on the euro USD. Now I'm going to show you this data. Uh, how this news has made an impact to the euro USD, so then you can in the future you can plan it accordingly. For pound dollar, we have this data, which is a manufacturer, so we're going to look at in a minute. So let's look at just for today. So if you look at the pound dollar, we have this morning, the market open, we have bearishness. When this data is came out, you can see a 47.7, which is higher than the forecast and higher than the previous one. Even this data is better than this one and better than the previous one. So at the market open, we have seen bearishness on pound dollar, and then later on in the New York session, when this data release, we does not make a give a good impact to the dollar, so we have seen some bullishness. So I'm just going to focus on this area, and I'm going to look at the charts, and then I'll show you how we traded today, this news. But before that, let's finish the whole week. So tomorrow we're looking here, we have speech is coming 9 a.m. London time, and that's the BOE government speech coming. We don't anticipate trading during the speech uh, because all of the other news, we have certain information which based on that we can build our bias. With the speech, it's very difficult for us, so we normally avoid taking any positions during the speech. So Tuesday, we are expecting some data for the CAD, which is expected slightly better, slightly lower, slightly lower. So mixed based on the information we have it. But once the data is going to release, that's going to give us the, probability. We're going to look at the dollar CAD in a minute. So tomorrow we have 3 p.m. Again, we have speeches coming. So we can see something interesting going on with the pound. We're going to look at the bigger picture in a minute, and we'll see. And then tomorrow we also had a Fed speeches coming for the dollar. And Wednesday we have CPI data coming for Aussie dollar, expected lower. We also had a Fed speeches going on. So you can see here there's an uncertainty in the in you can see here what's happening here. That's why like this war, if this gonna continue, how that's gonna make impact to the dollar and plus the other instruments like oil, which is we're gonna discuss in a minute. So again, we have a speech on Thursday. We have a final GDP for quarter by quarter. Look at exactly the same. We have unemployment claim. This is quite important for us on Thursday. So we have slightly been decreased, which is a good sign for the dollar, but we'll see when the actual data is going to come. So you can see this week we had a quite high impact news for the CAD, pound dollar, and Aussie dollar, and the dollar. And Friday, we have GDP data coming for CAD, expected slightly lower. We have core price index month by month. That is exactly the same for the dollar. So as a trader, we look at, which is I'm going to show you how we traded with this data today. And exactly we're going to do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to look at what time the data is coming. If the data is positive or negative, then we look at the charts. And if the technical is follow the fundamental, then we look at the opportunity. The basic point of looking for the opportunity, which is I'm going to explain to you how we look at this opportunity, how we find the opportunity. So let's look at the today, okay? So let's look at the time frame charts. So let me think. Okay, the first thing we look at the dollar index, and we don't trade dollar index, but we take the bigger picture of dollar, what's happening in the market. So let me close this one here. All right, sorry guys, my internet, why? Okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay, got it now. Okay, so dollar index, we just get the idea. Let's look at, yes, last week, if you was on the webinar, we were at this place. The market was at around this place. And as I said to you, yes, last week, and this is the point of interest for me. If the market is going to reject here multiple, then I'm expecting strength on the dollar. This is what exactly we had it last week. We have seen the strength on the dollar. So what we're looking here today, if you look at here, we have seen some nice strong bearishness on the dollar. And if you look at here, this is the way we look at here is this is the point of interest because the previously price respected here. Price came back here. Then we look at the, is there any other fundamental, which is mainly we look at right now, basically we look at what sort of tension has been developed during this war, what's happening here, because all these decisions also make impact to the financial market. Just keep in mind all these big events, when this is trigger, then price hardly behave based on the technical. So pay attention to detail. That's why we, as a trader, we always pay attention to detail once we look at the trade and what sort of impact is going to make. So, but if you look at the basics price action, which is as a normal retail trader, we have this pullback, and pullback is developed and the price nicely respected. We have seen some bearishness, strong weaknesses on the dollar now. Okay, so if the dollar is going to continue where we expect some price action. Right now, if you look ahead, this is the area of interest, which is price nicely broken. So I'm expecting, let's see here, if the price gonna break or give us the confirmation, that's the sign of continuation bearishness on the um, dollar. But if the price come back here and come back and retest, give us the confirmation, then I'm expecting long here. So if you look at the 4-hour chart today, and if you look at the 4-hour chart, and if you look at the candlestick pattern, if you look at how we have this morning, we had a market open, we had a nice bullishness. But if you look at this candlestick pattern, we have very strong bearish candle, which we call it bearish engulfing candle. That give us the significant information that the dollar is getting weaker, and we haven't seen any sign of rejection. So if you look at the previous price action, as mentioned in 4-hour, the way we look at here, this is the high, which is previously price respected here. So I'm expecting this is another support area. So I'm expecting price continue and look for price action around this level. And as mentioned, because we look at the intraday, and if the price gonna break and give us the confirmation, that's a sign of continuation to the downside. That's the one way of looking at it. Another way we look at here, every time when the price develop impulsive reaction or after impulsive, if the price develop slow reaction to the upside, then we're looking at sign of continuation to the downside. So this is purely normal price behavior. That's we always look at here. So I can demonstrate previous price action. You can see here, price nicely respected. We have impulsive reaction. After impulsive, price develop a correction and then impulsive reaction. Then after that, price develop correction and then develop another impulsive reaction. So we're looking here. After that, you can see here, that's the news. Price came back here. And after this one, what we're expecting here is price should continue. We look at the price action here. This is the price action, previous price action. So now we look at the price prep into the indecision situation. So what happened? The price nicely broken. And after what we were expecting, the price continue to the long side, but price refuse and the sign of continuation. And that's purely another technical, you can also call it, but we have a fundamental reason behind it. That's we had this news is came out, these two news, which is looks like a positive, but it's not a positive. So that's what happened. Plus, basically, as you have seen in the news, that the U.S. have, have initiated some attack to the Iran, and that's also considered in the market, how the market is going to behave as the weaknesses of the dollar. But we'll see how the things are going to develop, and based on that, plus based on the technical analysis and you look at the price action and pattern, then we look for the opportunity. So now as I said to you, we don't trade, you know, dollar index, but this is most important for me to look at. If you look at this, is the high is was broken, but keep in mind in daily the candle is not closed yet. But mainly price action, this is the area of interest, which is I'm expecting price should give me some sort of rejection at this level. And if the price gonna give me the rejection, then I'm expecting reversal, otherwise break, give us the confirmation, then short trade here. And how we traded Euro USD today, as I said to you this morning, if you look at the dollar, if you look at the daily candlestick pattern, as mentioned, we have last week, we have price nicely broken, beautiful, and multiple rejection. Price came back here and also respected pullback, and then afterwards price came back down and then pull back. So now let me share with you how we traded today. If you look at the 4-hour chart, and if you're following my analysis on my MyQFX platform, we had this, long trade here on Friday. So right now, if you look at here, price nicely broken here, and we had this short trade here this morning, squeeze amazing profit, and afterwards price nicely respected here, support level, and then we had a long trade here. So right now what we can see here, if you look at the candlestick pattern here, exactly the opposite of the dollar index, we have very strong bullish candle, which is the bullish engulfing candle. Price broken this one, that give me the high probability of continuation of the sign for the euro against the dollar. So this morning we had these two news. We had this beautiful, you can see here, negative. So we had a short trade here, and then later on we had a long trade. Now let me share with you the, let me open the chat as well. MyQFX platform, and I'll explain to you how we analyze the. Okay. So if you look at the Euro USD and if you look at the analysis, the market open. If you look at the market open, we have this very impulsive reaction, which is you can see a very impulsive reaction. And after impulsive reaction, we are expecting a sign of continuation to the downside. So we were looking some sort of like a price action here. As mentioned here, we were looking at pullback here. So you can see here the price nicely developed pullback. So we had this beautiful short trade here and squeeze amazing profit. And then later on, we always pay attention to detail. As you have seen based on the previous analysis, price refused to break this fib channel and price nicely reverse up high. That's what we decided over trader. Let's the price, if the price gonna break this high, then take a long. If the price gonna break, give us the confirmation, then short trade here. Price nicely broken. And then later on, we had at that time, the news is about to come. At that time, we explained over trader, let's wait for the news. And the news was negative, but we look at the price action, what sort of price action has been developed. If you have gone through of pattern in MyQFX platform, we have given complete details. If you look at here, the price developed head and shoulder pattern that give us the high probability. The most important thing for us as being a trader, this is what we look at, this is what we explain our trader. You can see here the price came back here and developed this low here, which is coordinate with this one. And after that, price came back and refused, tried to one second time refuse to break. That give us the high probability. But as soon as the price broke on this one, we broadcast this analysis. You can see a price retest 1, 2 level. So as mentioned to our trader, as long as the price stay within the structure, just avoid taking any position. So you can see here the price nicely broken and nicely hit to the previous low. And that's what we suggest to our trader, is time to bank some profit. After banking some profit, I said, let's wait for all the news is about to release, which is a pretty straightforward, as always mentioned. The price develop impulsive reaction. And then we have this point of interest, and that's why we did this analysis, that any pullback would consider high probability trade. You can see here the price develop another pullback, squeeze amazing profit. When we see the price is retesting this fib channel, that's what we explain over trader. It's time to consider, stop loss or move your stop loss at the break even. Then later on at the New York session, as you can see here, pretty straightforward. We're waiting for the news around 1 p.m. London time. Price develop low, high, and price also broke on this one and retest. That's what we explain over trader. Let's wait for the price. Let's break. Let's wait price to break. The price nicely broken. And if you look at the momentum was bullish and beautiful breakout long trade here. Price hit to the first target and the second target, and we explain our traders time to bank some profit. Even after that, we explained look for another pullback, which is a pretty straightforward, as you can see here. We continuously broadcast this over analysis. So we have another beautiful pullback long trade here, amazing long trade. So the key important thing is, as always mentioned to my trader, whenever you see at the bottom the momentum is developing a bullish, so then always look for trade for the bullishness and pay attention to detail of the 4-hour. That's what we mentioned here. If you look at the Euro USD, if you look at the charts, when we open a chart, on the right hand side, you can see it's a 4-hour chart. The reason why it's we keep on 4-hour, we look at where the price is heading, and then we look at the opportunity in this area. So in this example, as I mentioned here, you can see the price many respected many times. As soon as the price reverse, so then we're looking a long trade here. That's why we did this analysis. We have this breakout. After this breakout, now the price is heading strongly. Weaknesses, we have seen the dollar and euro is getting stronger. So where I should be looking opportunity here. So we look at here. So we can see a when pullback has developed. And then price came back here and retest this level. Momentum is still bullish, number two. And the most important is this is the analysis we did. They look for any opportunity for pullback. You can see how the price nicely developed pullback. So based on the fundamental, the news is not good in favor in dollar, and the euro is getting stronger. And if you look at this opportunity, and then you should be taking any pullback would consider high probability trade. So the price pattern and price action and price structure exactly is the same in intraday in 4 hour. But if you look at the 4 hour chart, the way we look at, we have this impulsive reaction, we have this huge big correction here. So that gives us the high probability of continuation to the long side. And if the price gonna continue up, I'm expecting price might gonna hit this level. But again, keep in mind that the global tension is going on, that no fundamental, no technical is gonna be work if there's something bad or good news is going to confirm. But being a trader, today we have managed very decent profit on Euro USD. So this is the way we look at here. So now what is next here? As you can see here, even in 4 hour charts in our MyQFX platform, you can see a very strong bullish candle that give us the bullish engulfing candle. That's the sign of continuation, and looks like the price is breaking up. So as long as the price stay above this level, I'm expecting sign of continuation. So moving forward, what if I'm going to be looking opportunity, I'll be looking here pullbacks. This is what exactly I'm going to be looking into it. Okay. All right. So let's look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar, we had a quite interesting moves. At the market open, we have seen bearishness on cable and pound dollar. But once this news data release, and we were waiting for this data to combine both of them, this pound dollar data and this Euro USD data. So, but if you look at here, this was positive based on the figures. And if you look at the based on this one is looks positive forecast, but actually is not positive. This one still is not positive, but these two data was positive. So at the beginning, at the market open, we have seen bearishness. And the later on in the New York session, we have seen some bullishness on pound dollar and how we traded. And if you look at the bigger picture, and if you look at the daily candlestick pattern, so last week we had beautiful short trade. As you can see here, the price nicely respected a major resistance level. So if you're following my YouTube analysis, my QFX, you have seen all these short trades. So today at the market open, and if you look at the 4 hour chart, at the market open, we had this beautiful short trade here. As you can see, a market is once we bank some profit, then the data came out for the US, which was, as mentioned, it wasn't a help to the dollar to be strong. And if you look at the previous price action, price repeatedly respected this level. So we were expecting some sign of continuation here at this level, some price action we were looking into. And how we analyze it in MyQFX platform and help our traders not to miss this opportunity. And the most of the traders are still holding long on pound dollar. So if you look at the pound dollar, and if you look at here, the pound dollar again is a 4 hour chart. This is the last analysis we did, but let me share with you the today's analysis. So you can see here, this was the analysis. The market basically, this was the analysis at the Asian session. As soon as the market opened, we have seen impulsive reaction to the downside. As always mentioned to my trader, that any pullback around this level, this fifth channel, would consider continuation sign to the downside. As you can see here, the price develop beautiful short trade here. We have another beautiful short trade, price nicely hit to the profit target. That's what we suggest our traders to. It's time to bank some profit. Even after banking some profit, we'll say, trader, let's wait for the price action. Then we look at the analysis. We look at the price action. As you can see here, the price develop another symmetry triangle pattern. We can see pretty straightforward. We're looking for this breakout. And if you look at here, this was the safest trade price broken and give us the confirmation, a long trade here. That was the just before the news. We have this very small short trade, long trade here. And then later on, once the price refused to stay above this one, so we also had a short trade here. That was a pretty straightforward. As you can see here, just before the news. So what happened here is we were expecting the price should follow the basic price action, but price refused. This is what we exactly, once we see it, we broadcast that information instantly in our platform. So we look at here, we have head and shoulder pattern. So explain trader if the price gonna break this one, short trade, break here, long trade here. So what happened here after that, the price nicely shoot down. That was a beautiful short trade we had it, beautiful in the morning. Squeeze amazing profit once the price hit to the profit target. We explain our traders time to bank some profit. After banking some profit, we were expecting here another pullback, which we did, as you can see here. As explained, after this continuation, we were expecting, after this impulsive reaction, we were expecting some continuation, which we have this one. As soon as the price is respecting this low, we say consider tightening your stop loss or move your stop loss at the break even. So this is what we explain our trader with the live market. So that was the very small short trade here. Later on, once the price developed sideways market and the data was about to release for the dollar, as you can see here, just before this data, we look at the price action. We look at 4-hour chart here, and let me share with you guys. The 4-hour chart, we have the price was at the major support level. Let me explain to you. At this level, at this level. So we were expecting some continuation. So we look at the intraday, and that's why we did this analysis. So guys, if the price cannot break, then look for the opportunity. So we look at here, the price nicely broken. After that, as explained, just keep taking a pullback. So we had this pullback. Hit to the certain profit target. We explain our traders time to bank some profit. After banking some profit, as explained, look for another pullback. That's the sign of continuation, which you can see here, the price nicely develop another pullback. And after that, we have another pullback, price nicely hit to the profit target, squeeze amazing profit. The way we look at here, always pay attention to detail. Let me explain to you in 4-hour in MyQFX platform. In 4-hour, we will look at the price action, basic price action, major support and resistance. Then we look at the entries here. As you have seen this morning, we have this short trade here, squeeze amazing profit when the price respected this major support level. You can see here, when the price going to reverse, we not only just telling the traders that the price is going to reverse, we also doing the analysis that there's a possibility of long here. So this is the analysis we did. You can see here. And afterwards, as explained, just keep taking a pullback. Not only pullback, then we explain another analysis we did as the price progress. So we also producing that information that continuation sign of long, look for another pullback. So we have another beautiful pullback. So you can see, guys, how we, providing information based on 4-hour and how we providing this information based on the intraday in MyQFX platform to helping our trader not to miss any opportunity. And right now we explain our trader there's a strong bullishness on cable and Euro USD, and we have seen some weaknesses in the dollar. So what we should be looking into it, any pullback would consider a high probability trade. So you can see here price come back and develop pullback. That's a sign of continuation and keep enjoying it. So most of the traders still enjoying a long on pound dollar. So what is next here? So where we am expecting the price might going to bounce back. So we analyze the market in different ways. So if you look at here, the pound dollar, if you look at the current candlestick pattern, we have bullish engulfing candle. You can see here, that's give us the high sign, price nicely and sign of continuation. So the way I look at here is where I'm expecting there might be a possibility of reversal or price might gonna continue. So if you look at the previous price action, we have price imbalance around this level. So more likely the price might gonna hit around this level, Here, I'm expecting some price action, maybe a reversal here. But again, that doesn't mean that the price gonna come down. If the price gonna continue, this is the area of interest where I'm expecting the price should hit this level. So when that's gonna happen, we don't know it. But if we look at the bigger picture, we look at the, the price action. We have a price imbalance here, and this is the first low is broken, and after that the price did not retest this level. So I'm expecting around this level if the price gonna continue. So how we should be looking the opportunity in intraday every time when the price come down here and develop another pullback. So what we're expecting here is, as mentioned here, we look at the price action and pattern, we combine all those things and then look for the opportunity accordingly. So now we have this impulsive reaction, and after this impulsive reaction, if I don't see the impulsive reaction to the downside, instead if I see the correction, that's give me another sign of continuation to the upside. That's what we're looking into it. But let's say because of the current situation, if Trump says something, or if we have seen impulsive reaction to the downside, so after impulsive, if the price develop correction, then that's going to give me the sign of continuation to the downside. So we combine, as a trading, we combine all the aspects that's related to the trading. Either it's a geopolitical situation, wars happening, news happening, and then at the end, we look at the technical. And if everything is aligned, then we look for the opportunity. As you have seen today, we have a pound dollar and the Euro USD, how we trade it. We look at the major price action here. When I look at my trade, I said this sort of kind of inverted head and shoulder pattern, but the more likely the price respected, that give us a high probability of continuation. Then we look at this news, even though news looks like a balance, but it does not make any sense to me. So I said there's a weaknesses on the dollar, and then as explained, my trader just keep enjoying it, taking a long trade here. So we had an amazing trade on Euro USD and pound dollar. All right, let's look at the dollar CAD quickly, and then I'm going to look at the pound yen quickly. Okay, so if you look at the dollar CAD, if you look at the weekly chart, and if you look at, we have weekly chart is telling us a very strong bullish engulfing candle. That's the sign of continuation to the upside. But as you know, the price does not go straight, price goes in waves. So we look at the daily and intraday. And daily, we can see here the price slightly up. So it means we have this impulsive reaction. I need the price come give me another pullback based on this area. So, but if you look at the 4-hour chart, we have prices develop sort of like a up channel. And if you look at here, the price previously respected this area and also respected today. So we have this beautiful short trade here, and now the price is in this phase. We are looking if the price going to break, give us the confirmation, then short trade here, otherwise pull back long here. But let's look at the intraday, how we analyze the market today. Okay. All right, so if you look at this, the market open, we have this beautiful breakout. We have seen on dollar strength here, market open at this level. So we broadcasted this analysis, price nicely broken and pullback. Then we mentioned another pullback here, which is a pretty straightforward. You can see here, as mentioned here in the analysis, look for pullback. So we had this beautiful pullback, amazing long trade this morning. And once the price develop, this is what exactly we were looking here. Price develop impulsive reaction, and we were expecting this point of interest. And if the price is going to develop, sign of continuation. If the price going to break this level, then sign of continuation to the downside, which price nicely broken and hit this level. That's why our intraday system in MyQFX platform, as you have seen, that we were expecting some price action to the upside, but we haven't seen any green candle here. Can you see here? No, we can see a strong bearishness on dollar. That's give us a high probability of continuation to the downside. The price nicely hit to the target. Even after that, price came back here. We did this analysis. Let me share with you guys this analysis of Okay, I think this analysis has been disconnected, but this is what we look at here. The price nicely respected here, develop head and shoulder pattern, breakout. After the breakout, this is what I'm expecting, continuation to the downside. The momentum is developing a bullish. So this is what we're expecting here. So we in 4 hour high time frame, this is the point of interest, which is I'm looking for it right now, is this is the area. If the price is going to respect this area, then it's a sign of continuation. This is the bigger picture. But if the price going to break, give us the confirmation, then the sign of continuation to the downside. So let me share with you the last pound yen. Pound yen, we had amazing trade, guys. If you look at the daily candlestick pattern, we were expecting this, the market open. We have this beautiful long trade here. As we explained, just keep taking a long trade here. And even if you look at the 4 hour chart, price nicely broken, beautiful breakout. We had amazing trade here. So we also had a counter short trade here, but mainly we are looking at long trade here because if you look at here, we have this area of interest, which price nicely respected here. Now, let me share with you how we analyze the in intraday and help our traders not to miss any opportunity. But if you look at the intraday analysis, if you look at the market open, we have this beautiful price develop another structure. We already have the bias of long. The reason behind it, if you look at here, price nicely broken and we're looking at pullback, which is price did. We have pullback, pullback. We announce all these trades here. And we have, as mentioned, our trader just keep taking a pullback, very strong bullish momentum. Then we have this beautiful long here. We have another counter short trade here. I always pay attention to detail of the basic price action. Every time when the price refuses to break, stay above the previous high, and after the breakout, you can see the price give us the confirmation. That's the sign of continuation to the downside. Then we have another beautiful short trade here. That's the counter short trade here. That's another beautiful, as always mentioned, after impulsive. If the price come back and this is the low was broken, as you can see around this level, we were expecting here another pullback. As mentioned here, we had another beautiful short trade here. Then later on, this is the another counter long trade here, which is a pretty straightforward because pound yen has a more volatile, so it developed the price pattern structures more often as compared to the euro USD and the pound dollar. So it means it has more opportunities, but at the same time it also have more risk too. This is what we called all the yen pair is an exotic pair. So you can see we had another beautiful short trade here as soon as the price refused, because we can see here as the price broken the previous high, as mentioned here, if the price gonna break one of these patterns, then look for the opportunity, price nicely broken. And after this breakout, if the price gonna develop pullback, we're gonna keep taking a pullback long trade here on pound yen. All right, guys, that's it for now. And we have 10 minutes left for the questions, Q&A. If you have any question regarding trading or any question regarding MyQFX, feel free to ask. I'm here, more than happy to help you guys.
Yeah, I don't see a question at the moment, but I see a comment, which is it's good to see on how it works, Forex exchange works, but we are 100% trusting in QEN, in charge and doing the technical matters. I'm limited knowledge how to interpret and do something about the trading. My part is to pray the success of trading of QBN.
Yes, just to let you know, the QBN heavily invested in terms of enhancing the system. And as I said to you, because my philosophy in trading, that's why the QBN has taken on board me, is my philosophy is whatever I say might not be a truth, but whatever you see it and experience it is truth. So because our analysis we have like more than 6 7 years of live experience, live analysis record, we have it. Even today, what I explain to you, what I show you, this is what we do every single day. So that's what we do. Transparency is very important, especially in trading. Every day when we analyze the market, we explaining traders it's time to bank some profit. We're telling them this is what happened here, because we believe that, if you more transparency, more, give them valuable information, to the end user. That's why you build a very strong team and very strong community. And we are basically bringing another community, social trading platform for the community, because I've seen some of the traders, they are doing amazing job. So that's why the QBN corporate team have made a decision. Okay, if we can bring this, you know, individuals and show them to the community, if anybody wants to take advantage from their trading, you can follow them and you can take the maximum benefit from them. So, these kind of information doesn't work in one day. It takes a lot of time, especially the financial product. It takes a lot of time to do R&D and research and develop. But we have you know passed most of the milestones now. As you have seen my analysis, and the in the future you will see the traders who's doing amazing job, and that's why we're going to materialize their hard working through which another QBN has invested to being our own brokerage, just to make sure that our community funds are more secure. Because my experience with other broker is, once you have make the money, and then later on you will see some challenges. And that's why at the beginning I recommend to QBN that you should have your own brokerage, especially if you have managing your own member funds. And that's why they have taken initiative. Getting license, testing and all those sort of things, it requires a hell of time, a hell of effort. But anything related trading, or if you don't understand or anything, most welcome.
Two questions in the chat. Intraday means daily trading, right?
Yes.
And Assalamu alaikum, I'm listening for the first time. MT6, is it advanced version of MT5? I'm already a student of Ashraf Noor. Please tell me, sir.
Okay, MT6 is basically, it's yes, sort of like you can see advanced than MT5, this is not MT6, this is QMT6.
QMT6, yeah.
Yeah, this is not MT6, just to let you know, guys. This is QMT6. We have developed our own trading platform. The whole purpose for MT6 platform was to basically integrate with the MyQFX platform, because MyQFX platform is the platform where basically if you broadcast the news, where live updates of the market, and if you want to trade, so you have a two option. You can open your platform and execute your trade. But if it is integrated with the MyQFX, you can save your time, and then you can basically instantly open a position without any delay, and you can maximize the opportunity. Okay. Any other question,
No
guys?
questions, but I've shared the YouTube of your analysis and the playlist. I've also shared qbnecosystem.com so that people can tap into social media. I've also got, I'm not a funded trader yet. How can I use? This is
Okay.
something called Mr. Azad.
Yeah. So, but I'm not funded trader yet. How I think if you are a QBN, first of all, if we are giving this privilege, giving free training and all those sort of things only for QBN members. In order to maximize your potential, you must be a part of the QBN team. Number one, that's very important for you. If you are not a part of the QBN team, then basically, of course, then you have to pay for a little bit, okay.
Azad, he says. I am
All right, he's
Iqbal.
he's my student. So Mr. Iqbal, you just trade, then QBN will give you money to trade.
And then I've got Dr. K is QMT6 where you can just do copy trade. I think she's asking about this Q social community.
Yeah, Q social community is let me explain to you how this is worked. Like, copy trading, social trading, and sort of like the name has been used in the industry. And we have seen some challenges in copy trading and social trading. So what we have done it basically is how we can eliminate those challenges of copy trading. So let's give you an example. if you go any social trading or any copy trading, you open an account and you follow a trader, and that trader can even blow your whole account, can lose, make you loss of 50% or 70%, and you have no idea what kind of risk management that trader is using it. And you might make money, but you might end up losing money. Most of time you end up losing money. At the beginning you might make money, but at the end you're going to lose the money. So what we have done it, because in MyQFX platform we train people, we train trader with the well structured discipline environment, with the very strict risk management. So even they try to lose something, go beyond that risk management, they cannot, because system protect. Give you an example here. Every trader on board who comes to on the platform, we give them that they cannot lose more than, depend on their trading strategy, we give them, okay, you cannot lose more than 100 pips a day, or you cannot lose more than 200 pips a day. And second thing is, we don't bring anybody onto the social platform. We look at minimum you must have criteria to pass in order to come to the platform. So for example, it has at least minimum 2 months of consistency profit, and we have this define risk parameters. If they lose 100 pips, they cannot trade further, right? And if they lose twice a day, and their system will be automatically inactive, then we look at why they have losing it. So in order for as an investor, if I'm following that trader, I can pull up my account anytime I want it if I see that he's not doing good, instead of blowing my account. This does not happen to other social trading and copy trading platform. So if you do that, if you're attached to with the trader, you might end up surprise losing. In our hand, no, you cannot, because the thing is, we have designed a system so they have to trade in our platform with the restrict parameters, and that's basically help us to give a surety to the investor who following our traders, so they're not going to have the surprise, unless if they keep letting that trader to lose, but otherwise we have the risk parameter in place. So basically the trader comes and learn, and they're producing good results in a platform. We decided, why not we open these potential traders to the community? If somebody wants to take advantage from them, they can use it. So how are they going to take advantage? And that's why the whole corporate team was here. We discuss, we plan things, and that's why we are working towards that. And soon we're going to bring all this potential. And let's even the trader who wants to learn trading in MyQFX platform, but they don't have funds. But if they follow our basic criteria and follow the basic risk management and the discipline, we can also basically put their name into the community, so other people can follow them and they can be compensated. So it's a win-win situation with a well-structured and disciplined environment. So it's not like all the copy trading. So this is what we are working on it now, and hopefully we're going to bring that to you guys. I hope that makes sense.
So I guess what Dr. K was really asking is QMT6 separate and is Q social separate, or are they part of the same?
Okay. QMT6 is the platform where as a trader can manage and trade their own funds, basically. MyQFX is an independent platform where we provide live insight of the market. But as a trader, I want to see this live update, but I want to materialize those analysis, how I'm going to materialize those information. So I have a two opportunity. Number one, I can open a MyQMT6. When there's a opportunity come in MyQFX, I can go and manually open my trades. That's the one way of doing it.
Like a brokerage.
Yeah, as a brokerage, right? And the second way is, which we are integrating it, MyQFX integrating with the QFX. So then what you have to do, you need to go in my platform and just give your account number of MyQMT6, and then you can trade through MyQFX. You don't have to have a two platform side by side.
Hmm.
So MyQFX is the trading platform as a broker trading platform. MT6 basically. MT6 is a broker trading platform. MyQFX is a more educational plus live market inside platform we have built. At the same time, this is a practical education training platform. So if anybody comes and do practical, and during the practical, if the person is performing very well, but the person doesn't have any funds to trade, so we said, okay, we can broadcast your performance to the members, and if they follow you, you will be compensated.
And that's where Q community comes in, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right, guys, I hope that was enriching and insightful to you all. And as things unravel and I guess as they materialize and mature, more trainings will be, I would, honed into these specific products, and product trainings will be taking place. But we like to be sure that we have the product tested, beta tested, beta tested before we do that. Isn't that correct, Ashraf? So that we are
Absolutely.
absolutely confident what we put out to our audience is exactly how we would like it to be. So thank you all for your participation today. Thank you, Ashraf Noor, as every single week, giving everybody the education through market analysis, as he mentioned, through MyQFX being the educational platform where he believes his philosophy is about if you understand the fundamentals, then you can plug into any platform and oversee. You have the mindset and the aptitude to see through who do you want to copy and who not. You're not going in blind. Isn't that correct? You have that basic understanding.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
if you're just copy trading without any understanding, then unfortunately you won't be able to self-assess when you need to stop, pause, or change. So that's what Ashraf does. And thank you again. Next week,
You're
we
welcome.
see you again. Everybody, thank you for joining. We had the top number 35 on the call, which is amazing. I have joined myself many other training calls, and I don't do it because I want to learn from somebody else. I do it as going to see what else is happening in the industry, and often we don't get that kind of number. So I thank you all, and
Okay.
hope that you benefit and that we benefit and we all benefit together as a community, because that's what we are. We are a community driven business here to help you gain knowledge, but at the same time be able to capitalize that. So thank you again. See you
You're
all
welcome.
time
See
next
you.
week. Bye-bye.
All right then. Take care. Bye bye.